how long should an iPad Pro 11-inch M2 be able to hold a charge?
So with a healthy battery, I would think it could hold the charge for, a week or more.
Yeah.
And Randy asked this in our Discord and shared he went into settings battery and shared a couple of graphs of battery usage. And man, like these show, no usage over a course of many days and then like 1%, 4%, these kinds of things. Mm-hmm. So there's not a ton of things being used. In fact, there were 3 items that appeared in that graph: home and lock screen, mail, and signal. And they show that their usage was 5%, 2%, and 1%. And then the on-screen time was 1 minute, 3 minutes, 1 minute. So I asked him to install and run CoconutBattery, one of my favorite utilities on the Mac.
About that, yeah.
Yep. And CoconutBattery is great. It can tell you about your Mac's battery for sure. It can also, when you connect via USB, pull and tell you about your devices, your iPhone and iPad batteries. And he said that CoconutBattery reported that his battery was, at 95% of its maximum capacity, which is great. So like it's not that his battery, at least it's not self-reporting any issues. And batteries are usually pretty good at self-reporting issues. The only other thing, and certainly his battery graphs do not support what I'm about to share here, but it is worth checking. We try to generalize advice when we can. It's possible, because I've had this happen, that he might have set his iPad not to sleep the screen when the lid is closed. When they can sense the magnetic, a magnetic case lid, and turn the screen on and off when you close it. And I do that with my ones that are on stage. But I have been in scenarios where there's a magnet on stage too close to the thing, and so I just go, like, in the moment, in the heat of the moment, you're like, okay, well, just there's that setting somewhere deep in settings. You can tell it not to do that. Great, I found it. Great, show can go on. And then, I forget and can't figure out for months why my iPad can't hold the charge, and it's because I'm putting it away in my bag and the screen is still on. So that would be another thing to check. But otherwise, I don't know, unless it's doing a backup in the background, like syncing all your photos or something when you're on your home Wi-Fi network. But that wouldn't kill it. It would go into.
Well, and that graph would probably show it, I would think. And now it says, view more, but that is also a descending order, I think, of battery usage when it does it. So Matthew offers the suggestion. He says he puts his iPad in airplane mode when it's not using it, which I think is, that may help. Doesn't tell you why it's doing it, but may help it from doing it.
For sure. Yeah.
So definite maybe.
Adam.
So.
Yeah. No, I was just going to comment. I don't know that the applications list includes like daemons and things that are running in the background doing iCloud syncs.
It doesn't.
And photo syncs and those things would be using the device, presumably, depending upon what you're doing, quite a bit.
Yep.
So, I mean, it's one thing it's one thing if you're willing to test it, because there is that setting, right, that says allow network stuff to go on when it's asleep or in the background or whatever. Because you can turn that off, right, or put it in low power mode or something. Like
low power mode is what,
But that wouldn't. I mean, low power mode wouldn't be a great test. I thought there was a setting where you could just disable the don't let stuff run in the background basically when it's asleep. But maybe I'm misremembering that.
Yeah. I don't know that I know that there's a setting like that on the Mac. I don't think there's a setting like that on iPad. I don't have an iPad within arm's reach.
Yeah, I don't either.
To grab and check.
I would look.
Yeah.
But I mean, that feels like if anything's doing it, it would have to be that sort of thing.
right?
Yeah. I mean, you could put it in low power mode and see if that changes anything. At the very least, in that scenario, that might indicate a battery health issue. Like if you put it in low power mode and it continues to be the same, then it might be, okay, the battery's discharging all on its own for some reason.
Yeah.